Yeah, so the success or lack of success for the 2018 Dolphins. Uh, I think our ability to learn from last year, um, the number of games that I looked out on the field and saw three freshmen playing attack. Um, if we can use those experiences, it's game experience. I'd love to say that it's scrimmage experience. I'd love to say that the fall really prepared us, but there's really nothing like a Saturday in May. Our youth last year will hopefully turn into a positive. I wouldn't exactly say that we're long in the tooth, but there is a bit of comfort knowing that those freshmen are now sophomores. Yeah, first guy you got to mention is Brendan Entenmann. Brendan's been a starter since the second that he stepped foot on campus. It was actually great. There was a couple of weeks stretch in the fall where Brendan wasn't playing, and he was on the sidelines coaching. And next year at this time, he's going to make a coach really, really happy by being on his staff, and hopefully that's us. But Brendan is a guy that not only is super talented, but his lacrosse IQ just makes everyone around him better. So he's a guy that he's a guy that can handle not only making the defense better in practice, but also he's talking to his attackmen and explaining to them that, hey, the situation that you just put me in really stressed the other five guys out there. So Brendan's fantastic. On the offensive side of the ball, Justin Kesselring, I think Justin was a little bit banged up last year, and we also put him in a situation where I don't know that he's a 50-goal scorer, but we needed the ball in his stick a lot last year because of the youth that we put around him. So now with some experience, I think we can possibly move Justin. He doesn't need the ball 90% of the time. If we can give it to him 50 or 60% of the time, I think it will maximize his talents. Yeah, you got a couple different scenarios with the depth of the NE10. Number one, from a coaching perspective, the reason why I have these gray hairs are in part to Merrimack, Adelphi, Pace, Bentley, Southern New Hampshire, up and down the roster. On the other side of that, the players absolutely love it. Every day that they show up for practice, regardless of the month, that's why kids are making decisions to come to Lemoyne, because they have an opportunity to play the best every weekend. And you find out whether or not you can coach a little bit. When it's you don't get a 3-week break in between, facing a top 5 opponent. Yeah, I remember sitting on an NCAA committee, 15 years ago and talking about expansion of the tournament will help facilitate growth of the game. And as you look across all 3 divisions, the growth of the game and expansion in the tournament is happening side by side. It wasn't too long ago that I was chair of the NCAA committee, and we were trying to find a way to, no one had ever thought 3 regions was a possibility, and we were able to move the tournament from 2 regions to 3. With an at-large. I think it was something that maybe never has been duplicated in Division II lacrosse since. But getting to 12 teams will be fantastic. Access for our student athletes to championship play. I still believe and have believed this for the past 20 years of my coaching career, that in Division II you got to win every game. There is not an opportunity, and your destiny all of a sudden becomes somebody else's responsibility the minute you have a hiccup. So from a coaching perspective, it certainly keeps you on your toes, and you try to be prepared, and you try not to stress the kids out, in January and February about how important this game is, but it is.